Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide videos. Today we're covering Aggron. Aggron's a really cool Pokemon. I really love it. I have used it many times in my playthroughs through in Generation 3. The only unfortunate thing is it's 4 times weak to fighting and also 4 times weak to ground, which are two very commonly used types. So unfortunately it hasn't got the best standings, but it has got the advantage of having a massive defense stat, a really good attack stat, and also a relatively okay HP, meaning it can definitely live on the defensive front, especially defensive, not so much so. But it is part steel type, so it does limit some of the very common typings hitting you for hard damage. Before we get started today, if you could scroll down, click that like button, and also subscribe if you haven't done so already, it would really help me out and I'd really appreciate it. Okay, today, first set out of 4, we've got a Iron Defense Body Press set. So Iron Defense allows you to double your defense, from 504 to 1008, which is gigantic. And then you can use Body Press, which is going on the defense rather than the attack, and obviously is going to hit really hard. Even if it's resisted, the majority of Pokemon are not going to deal very well with being hit by over 1000 attack move. You can then even take it, so if you did Iron Defense again, it would take it to ×3, and then if you did it a third time, it would take you to ×4. So you could potentially even have 2016 defense. It would be absolutely gigantic, and it would be so destructive if you managed to get that off. I've then put Stealth Rocks on this set because honestly, Aggron is a really good Stealth Rock setter. You can obviously click Stealth Rocks first turn, and that will allow for you to be able to get hazards on the opposing field, limit the amount of switches they are doing, limit the switches that they are doing, and obviously break any sashes that they might have. We've got Iron Head as our last move, just as a strong stab, steel type attack, and obviously with your natural attack there as well, you can actually hit somewhat hard on different Pokemon, especially fairy types, which are very common. Item-wise, I've got leftovers on here to allow you to heal yourself up. Now, you can always go things like Custard Berry if you are living down on the Sturdy, for example. Custard Berry is now available from the Crown Tundra, and that allows you to go priority in your next move. So, for example, you've just set up your Iron Defense. You can then go down to your Custard Berry. It activates. You're going priority next turn, you go for Body Press, and you can just hit really hard on that next Pokemon that comes in. Alternatively, you can always go for like a Trick Room scenario with this, so you can get a Pokemon with Trick Room. I don't know, Mimikyu jumps into my head as a potential Trick Room user. Alcremie, I think, is a Trick Room user. Lots of options for Trick Room users, typically Psychic types, but they can work really nicely to force and support if you want to get that set up, so you can then obviously use your attacks. EVs, max HP, max defense, with an impish nature, so more defense, less special attack, and 4 EVs in attack. So it hits hard with that Iron Head, but also hits really hard with that Body Press. Not many things are going to be living that. Moving on to our second Aggron, I've gone again for more of a supportive version. This one's got Air Balloon. Now, Air Balloon's a really good option to run on Aggron because it has to be hit by an attack that is not a ground type attack before anything else. And obviously, ground type being a very common typing as well means that the Air Balloon can really benefit you potentially on switches also. Again, I've got Sturdy as our ability because that can sometimes be really helpful for you as well. Obviously, having the immunity to now having ground types, and if you get hit by a fighting type attack, you definitely live at least one hit. Other options that you do have are Rock Head, which you don't take any recall damage. Now, I've not really done any recall sets here, I don't think, so you're not going to need the Rock Head. And then Heavy Metal, only if you're using Heavy Slam, which again is quite a difficult move to use in competitive because you can't necessarily predict what the opposing team is going to bring unless you're in Draft League format, and then it's going to be more of a situational tech anyways. So Thunder Wave on here allows for you to half the speed of the opposing Pokemon. Obviously that's really good for you because you are a slow Pokemon. You can also have the chance for them to fully paralyze, which will be very helpful for you in allowing you to set up, for example. You've got Stealth Rocks, which again, obviously I've explained, really good, really helpful for your team typically. Taunt, which allows you to stop the opposing Pokemon from setting up. So for example, if they're trying to set up their own Stealth Rocks, having that Taunt user there can be really helpful. And then finally Iron Head again as a strong steel type attack. EV's gone for max HP and max defense with a impish nature, so more defense, less special attack, and 4 EVs in attack. You could always go for a minor speed nature if you're going for that Trick Room as well. I'm pretty sure it's a relaxed nature. It is a relaxed nature, so if you wanted to go for that, you could definitely go for that if you're planning on running a particularly slow team, and obviously go for 0 EVs in your speed in that scenario as well. Moving on to the third Aggron, I've gone for a power-up punch set, and I have actually gone for a potential recoil set here as well. So I've put the Assault Vest power-up punch. This is a really nice combination because power-up punch allows you to get that +1 in your attack, and possibly multiple times if you use it again. And then you've got the Assault Vest, which allows you to have that naturally higher special defense at 1.5 times. Now, taking your defense from 158 to 225, meaning you should be able to live a couple of hits here. You could even do a max special defense set if you wanted to allow you to live as many of those hits as possible. But it's obviously up to you what you want to go for in that scenario, because whether you want to go for an attacking mon or a defensive mon is your choice. Rockhead is the ability. Obviously, you're not taking recoil damage to the head smash there, but you could always go for the sturdy and potentially go for stone edge instead of head smash as an example. But power punch, as I said, fighter type attack, allows you to increase your attack stat by 1 stage. So in this case, it would give you another 175, which would take you to 525 attack, which is nothing to put your nose up about. It is actually a very powerful mon at +1. You've got Head Smash, powerful, very powerful rock type attack that hits a lot of different Pokemon. Obviously, rock type is neutral on a lot of Pokemon and super effective on quite a few as well. And it can hit really hard on those Pokemon. I think it's base 150 in its damage. Yeah, base 150 damage, but 80% accurate, so it is a little bit more difficult to pull off because it does miss 1 in 5 times. Iron Head again, strong steel type attack, as I've said before, and Earthquake is a powerful ground type attack, just for a bit more coverage to hit a few more Pokemon there as well. EV's gone for max HP, max attack for the adamant nature, so more attack, less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense, or you could go max special defense with a plus special defense, nature, and minus special attack, which I believe is a careful nature off the top of my head. I always get confused between calm and careful. It is a careful nature, so you could go careful nature, max special defense, to allow you to have that ability to live a couple more hits whilst you're setting up. So it's up to you what you're wanting to run there on your personal playstyle. And moving on to the final Aggron. Now this is designed more as a Dynamax set. I will tell you that Aerial Ace is only available as a transfer only move, so you would have to transfer it from a previous generation. If you can't get hold of Aerial Ace, I'd recommend going for something like Stone Edge to allow you to set up the Sandstorm, which could be really helpful for dwindling down opposing Pokemon. But when you Dynamax, you've got Brick Break, turns to Max Knuckle, increasing up your attack stat. Iron Head, which is stab anyways, increases your defense stat by 1 stage through Max Steel Spike. Earthquake, Max Quake to increase up your special defense. Aerial Ace, if you can get hold of it, increases your speed by 1 stage. You could even go for something like Rock Polish if you wanted to, because Aggron obviously gets hold of that. So those are options that you can definitely run. On here I've put Life Orb. Now you don't have to go for Life Orb, you can go for a lot of different items here. Any of the choice items, healing items such as leftovers, berries. You've got red cards as an option, air balloon, lots and lots of different things. Reducing berries as well, so the fighting reducing and the ground reducing berry. I can't think what they are off the top of my head. I think Shucker Berry is the ground one, but I don't know what the fighting one is. So you've got those options there as well. Now, obviously, you don't have to run Aerial Ace. If you're running Aerial Ace, I'd recommend running Max Speed, or just running it as a support move, maybe if you're not going for the Max Speed there. But EV-wise, potentially got Max HP, Max Attack, with an Adamant Nature, some more attack, less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. Or Max Attack, Max Speed, with probably a Jolly Nature, so more speed, less special attack, just to allow you to be as fast as possible after you've set up an Airstream or something. Or if you're going for that Rock Polish, obviously you can go for that as an option as well. But that is all for Aggron, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I'll see you soon.